Good evening, my name is Specialist Gonzalez, and today I will be giving you an unclassified brief on leader competencies. The risk assessment for today is low. We're in an indoor environment. Please be aware of your surroundings. Make sure you're not tripping on any cables, any computers, any chairs that are pulled out. Also, if you have any open containers on your table, please make sure that they're closed or you're going to drink them, or just place them on the floor. That way they don't spill. If they get spilled, they don't spill all over the computer or your paperwork. Today we will go over what is a competent leader, what constitutes a competent leader, and why it is important to be a competent leader. What are the competencies of a leader? The core leader competencies apply across all levels of the organization, leadership positions, and throughout careers. Competencies can be demonstrated through behaviors that can be readily observed and assessed by leaders and followers. This includes your superiors, subordinates, peers, and mentors. In order for you to be considered a competent leader, you must possess 3 attributes. These 3 attributes are leads, develops, and achieves. The first one we're going to talk about is leads. In order to possess this attribute, you need to be able to lead others, extend influence beyond the chain of command, lead by example, and communicate. When you lead others, you must provide purpose, motivation, and inspiration. You need to enforce a standard, and you need to balance the mission and the welfare of your soldiers. You need to take care of them, and you need to be able, at the same time you're taking care of them, you're firm and you persist on them to enforce a standard. You don't give them a leeway or an extension just because they're your soldiers. Also, when you extend the influence above the chain of command, you build trust outside lines of authority. You negotiate, you build consensus relationships, meaning you bring soldiers closer instead of just separating them, and then you're also resolving conflicts by being a third-party intervention in a conflict between 2 of your soldiers. You're helping them resolve their issues. Another quality of being a leader, a competent leader that leads, is leading by example. You display character. You lead with confidence in adverse situations, and you show confidence. If you can't show confidence, you're not going to be able to lead by example. Also, leading by example ties into leading others. If you're not confident enough, nobody's going to follow you, meaning you're also not going to be able to lead others. Therefore, you won't possess this attribute. Another thing you should do to be able to lead is communicate. If you're not active listening, or you're not ensuring understanding, you're not able to communicate your point across, and people won't listen to you because they don't understand you. They'll probably go around you to try to understand what you were trying to say. The second attribute is develops. By developing, you create a positive environment, you prepare yourself, and you develop leaders. When you create a positive environment, the way you can create a positive environment is by doing team events to build cohesion, or you do fun, like mandatory fun days. This way you bring in your soldiers closer to you, and you're creating a positive environment. Like if you do flag football, you bring in the whole platoon and everybody's getting to know each other. You have the new guy that doesn't understand the game or doesn't know anybody in the unit. He's getting closer to other soldiers in your section or in your platoon because they have to be in the team. Another way you can develop is if you prepare yourself for expected and unexpected challenges. You expand your knowledge and you maintain your self-awareness. When the soldier, I should be able to come up to you and ask you something, and you should be able to either give me the answer or tell me, hey, I'm going to find out for you. I don't know at this moment. If you can't do one of these things, you're not preparing yourself. Therefore, you're going to fail. Another way you can show that you develop is by when you develop leaders. If you can show that you're willing to help your soldiers develop themselves and become better at whether it's their army career or their personal career, you're developing them for the future. Well, for example, if You know you're coming back from deployment and one of your soldiers doesn't have a job. If you help them find a job, build a resume, get a job, or motivate them into getting a job, you're helping them get developed and making them a better person for the future. Or if they're active duty and you help them become a better leader, when that soldier gets a soldier, he's gonna be like, oh, okay, this is what my first NCO told me, this is how I should do things. The last attribute that you need to be able to have as a competent leader is to achieve. You need to be able to get results, provide direction, guidance, and priorities, develop and execute plans, and accomplish tasks consistently. If I come up to you and I tell you to PMCS the platoon's trucks by the end of the day, and you come to me at the end of the day and tell me that you were able to accomplish the mission with the help of the other members of the squad, that's how you show that you achieved. Also, in order for you to achieve, you should be able to, how can I put this? The way that you can achieve is if you take soldiers that you're leading and you pull them in and you take them on the direction that you need the mission to go to. So basically, if you give in a mission and you don't do it by you can't do it by yourself. If you take it upon yourself, you're not going to achieve results. So therefore, if you put all of the attributes together, you are definitely going to show that you're a competent leader, because you're bringing in soldiers to help you. You're leading them by example. You're taking initiative without orders. You're developing them to become better leaders. You're showing them the way how to become better. You're showing them how to become better and do things easier. They'll see your mistakes and be like, okay, for next time I know not to do this. And they're getting more self-aware and more self-growth. Why is it important to be a competent leader? It is important to demonstrate that you're a competent leader, because senior leaders need to know that they can count on you as well as your soldiers. It is also part of the creed of the non-commissioned officer to be competent. If you know the creed of the non-commissioned officer, on the first line of the second paragraph, it states that competence is my watchword, meaning you're going to take care of the mission, you're going to accomplish the mission, and you're going to take care of your soldiers. And all of that ties to what the class was about today. Taking care of your soldiers, accomplishing the mission, getting results is part of accomplishing the mission. When you extend influence beyond the chain of command, you're taking care of your soldiers. When you lead others, you're taking care of them, because you're enforcing standard while balancing the mission and the welfare of your soldier. You're communicating with them, which is also part of the creed of the non-commissioned officer. When your competencies are being observed, your leader should be able to understand, like, hey, this soldier is ready to go. He is showing competencies, he's leading others, he's developing others, and he's achieving results. In summary, today we learned what a competent leader is, what constitutes a competent leader, and why it is important to be a competent leader. Here I have attached a quote by Walt Disney, which reads, "Leadership means that a group, large or small, is willing to entrust authority to a person who has shown judgment, wisdom, personal appeal, and personal competence." If senior leaders don't see that you're showing judgment, they're not going to trust you. If you don't show the wisdom that you're smart enough to be able to take a mission on your own and execute it, they're not going to trust you. If you are not able to prove competence or show personal appeal, they're also not going to trust you. You need to be able to show all these attributes together and bring them in order for you to demonstrate to other people that you're competent enough to handle missions. Are there any questions? Okay, thank you. This concludes my brief on what are the leader competencies. Thank you very much.